identified 4 things. One of them is we need to get the basics right. So that we call as the foundation of our warmth drive. So this is get the basics right. By this we mean that we need to give a very good quality service, prompt service at the right price. So QCD, quality, cost and delivery, has to be ensured. That cannot be compromised by any other kind of treatment we are giving to customers. So we ensure that QCD has to be there in all kinds of service. Now this is imitable. Others can also deliver this. We can be more efficient, but our competition can also deliver QCD. What others cannot deliver easily, and why a customer will feel connected to us, is because we decided to give three more initiatives we started. First of them is driving smiles. So this is one pillar on which the house of warmth will be built. By driving smiles, we ran internal campaigns through which we communicated to entire team that if you walk an extra mile to earn a customer smile, please share that story with us or those stories with us, and we started rewarding the best stories every day. To our surprise, when we expected to have 1 or 2 stories a week, we started getting around 10 stories per day from our workshops. People, they felt encouraged and they started sharing stories. Now, one of the story I'll share in driving smiles, it was happened in our Chennai workshop, in which one of the customer, he was talking very loudly over his phone in the customer lounge, when his car was getting serviced, and suddenly something gone wrong. His phone conked off. He approached our receptionist that, do you have the charger for this phone? Unfortunately, we did not have charger for that particular phone. And then customer could not do anything because his car is with us and he did not remember those numbers to which he could have contacted. And he sat down very sadly in the customer lounge. Our receptionist, she sent the boy to bring a charger for that HTC charger from a nearby shop, and then gave to the customer. And the customer connected his phone again, continued his talk, and then took his car after some time and went back. In the evening, he comes again with a lot of sweets for our people. He says, because of you people, your treatment or your kind of care, I could close a big deal in my business. Thanks. So this is one of the story which touched our heart, that not only we have to give good service to customers, we need to understand their preferences, their urgencies, or their mood in which we can help them. Another story I'll share about one of our workshop in Thane, near Bombay. There the customer came with his car for the servicing, and as you know, before servicing, sometimes our people go for a test drive to understand what's wrong with the car. So during the test drive, the customer started feeling uneasy, and he said to our service advisor who takes the car, who was driving the car, to take him to his home. Our service advisor immediately took him around 5 kilometers away to his home in his car, and then customer thanked him, and he did not just moved away from there. He waited for some time, and then he interacted with the family, and then they found out that something wrong with his health. They need to rush to hospital. And then, being no other driver available with the family, this fellow drove the family to the hospital. And after reaching the hospital, it was diagnosed that it was a case of heart attack. And later the family came and thanked this guy because of his help, the emergency medical treatment could be given to the customer. Now this is driving smiles, wherein we tell our people to drive smiles or to drive the behavior through which they can earn customer smile. Now the second pillar, what we call is that as SOP plus. SOP plus means going beyond the call of the duty. We all have SOPs that how we have to handle this various situation or how we need to work. Here we tell our people to do SOP plus. They can go beyond the processes to help each other, to help customers, to help other stakeholders, whether they are being suppliers or maybe our agencies with which we work with. Third pillar we call as achieving connect. By achieving connect means with whomsoever we are dealing with, whether they are suppliers or the employees or the customers, whenever we are dealing with, we need to establish connect. By connect we mean that there should not be any hesitation, no hiding. We need to thoroughly connect with the people with whom we interact. And through this connect, through SOP plus and driving smiles, we are building the house of warmth. Now this looks like a very good philosophy, very good practice. Now the other challenge was how to implement this warmth drive. So we chalked out a complete plan how to drive this particular initiative. I'll explain to you. When we understood we need to have a warmth drive, the first thing was to ensure warmth delivery, and other part was to communicate warmth. Now how we'll ensure warmth delivery? Warmth delivery means all our customers should feel that we are warm people, we are delivering warmth, and all our people should be groomed, trained, and all our processes should be aligned. What we have done for warmth delivery, we have created a warmth panel. A group of 5 youngsters across the functions who were made like a task force, who were brought together like a task force, and they started working together as warmth panel. In warmth panel, what they did, they first studied how customer experience is being delivered across the industry, whether it's airline industry or hotel industry. So they studied few cases, went around, they interviewed the people in those industries, they have watched the processes very closely, studied the whole thing, and then they came with their recommendations that how our processes needs tweaking in terms of making them warmth friendly. Second one was the grooming of our people. So for grooming of our people, we started special training programs. So that starts from the recruitment, the induction, and the whole grooming program. One of the things which, while we could ensure the connect is, we try to create customer panels, because it's very difficult to understand who will connect with customers or not. So we created customer panel, and customer panel ensured they helped us in interviewing the candidates when we were recruiting service advisors and other customer facing executives. Customers will automatically select those people who will connect well with them. So that's how we did something innovative in recruitment process. Now next part is how to tweak the processes. So we started rewriting the processes from various angles, and then we wrote the processes. So when we have taken a decision to run a warmth drive across the company, the question was how we will implement this, how we will operationalize the warmth drive. So how we identified is that we need to do 2 parts in warmth drive. First one being the delivery, and the second one being the communication. In delivery, in warmth delivery, we need to first create a warmth panel, a cross-functional team of 5 youngsters. They were from operations, marketing, HR, and other fields. And what they were told to study the best practices across the industry, whether it's from aviation or restaurants or spa industry, that how other players are delivering near warmth experience. Now, what we mean by near warmth experience is that some people are focusing on customer care, some people are focusing on faster delivery. When it comes to warmth, actually we did not find any player who was delivering the total warmth. So that's why we said let's study the near warmth deliveries being done by various players. Now, in terms of when they studied, the second part was to understand our processes, how our SOPs are there, and how we can change to the new set of SOPs so that we can deliver warmth. The third thing was the grooming of our people. Now, when it comes to grooming, our people have to be told that what behaviors customers perceive as warm behaviors and how they should practice those behaviors in day-to-day life. Then first we ensure the processes, we ensure the grooming, and then comes to the recruitment, because we are fast growing company, so we are recruiting heavily. Now the challenge was how to recruit the people who are naturally warm. Now what we did, we created customer panels in few cities, and first we shortlisted the candidates and then we got them filtered through customer panels. Now customers, they are not experts of our domain. So what they will look for in the candidates? Certainly the best candidates who can connect well with them. So that's how we got filtered the candidates and we got best talent in terms of customer connect. So that was the recruitment. All these ingredients in place, the next thing was to communicate warmth. Now how we would communicate the warmth? The warmth is somewhat a complex concept. So first we simplified the concept. We simplified in terms of deliverables that when a customer will feel MFCS team is a warm team. So we listed that customers appreciate when you welcome them, customers appreciate when you take care of their time, convenience, preference, and money. So all those things we define in very simple terms, and those we call as our behaviors towards warmth, and those warm behaviors we have listed. The next thing was, we believe at MFCS that only warm team can deliver warmth. Now that's a good thing about this whole program. So how we have to maintain the warmth within the team? For that, we have created various forums, various workshops to understand what is warmth, the trait of a warm team, and how a warm people behave, a warm team behave. Like one of the thing was, do we celebrate success of individuals and as a team? Are we share happy and sad moments? So all those things were told in detail, so that again people started understanding the traits of warm team in a very simple terms. So next thing was warm team. We created communication elements, the ambience or the communication elements in various internal and external communication. When all these were in place, we started doing the delivery of warmth. The big challenge was to to control or rather to monitor or to measure whether we are delivering warmth or not. So we discussed and decided three types of studies or the surveys. So we devised three indexes. The first of them being Warmth 360. Warmth 360 is for understanding the warmth of a team. So each workshop, we have teams of around 25 to 30 employees. Now in Warmth 360, each individual is interviewed through an external agency every quarter, and there are certain questions through which the fellow is asked how has been his feeling in terms of warmth of the team, over which we developed an Warmth 360 index. So we rate our each workshop every quarter that what is their rating in terms of internal warmth index or Warmth 360 index. The second is with customers. When we are trying to deliver warmth, whether customers are experiencing or feeling that difference or not. So what is the takeaway customers are carrying? Actually, in service industry, the emotions evoked at the time of delivery are the definitions of the brand. So those emotions, what are those emotions? How we will measure or understand? So we created a warmth experience index. By warmth experience index, we mean what customers are experiencing in terms of warmth. So what normally we do, we check the satisfaction level of our customers every third day of their service or their visit to us through a telephonic call, which we call as PSF, post service feedback. What we did, every workshop, we have taken out a sample of 10 satisfied customers. Now we have kept the dissatisfied customers, which are very few generally, away from this survey, because the dissatisfied customers will ask about the QCD, quality, cost or delivery. Here, the people who are already satisfied on quality, cost and delivery, those customers, a sample of 10 customers, each workshop has been taken every month, and they are interviewed on what has been their experience on warmth, or typically we ask them what one thing they liked about MFCS workshop or the people. So there are few patterns we identified by which we can make out whether we are delivering warmth or not, and then we make a complete measure of this and we call as warmth experience index. The third one is when we are warm people, we are delivering warmth, what is the image which is going in market? For this, we chose to go to non-customers as well. Now this we call as WPI, this is an internal WPI, Warm Positioning Index, in which we interview 100 car owners in our catchment or catchment of the each workshop. So those 100 customers are interviewed, the different set of 100 customers are interviewed every quarter. Now those can be our customers or non-customers. So obviously the first question is, what is the awareness level? So whether they are aware about the MFCS or not. So there are typical questions to understand awareness, and among the awares, we check what has been the image of MFCS in market. Again, we try to index this. So these programs have already run through one quarter and they will mature now in the second quarter, so that we can make a proper system and we can reach to warm positioning in around 18 months time. So this has been the implementation part, and which is going very well in our company. And since we started this warmth drive, the benefits apart from customer retention or customer satisfaction are that our employee satisfaction and engagement rates have gone up and attrition levels have gone down. So that has been the success story at MFCS so far. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you must have enjoyed our journey of warmth. Now, as you go in your field of work, I want you to reflect upon three things. First is how you will create a signature customer experience. How will you create your unique customer experience which your customers will remember you as an icon? The second thing I want you to reflect on is how will you operationalize your ideas? The way when we got the idea of the concept of warmth, it's good to have a good concept, but the challenge always lies in implementation, in operationalizing. So the second thing is how will you operationalize the concepts, the newer concepts especially. And the third thing I want you to understand or discuss is how will you measure your efforts? Sorry, when you are doing your something first time, there are no benchmarks available, there are no industry standards available. How will you measure your efforts in terms of the success, and how will you improve upon them? Thank you.